What's up, Guardians? Profane here. Thanks for checking out the video. Destiny 2 was originally released in 2017, and it's now featured 6 major expansions with the most recent release of Final Shape. Through the course of the last 8 years, Destiny has introduced thousands of weapons, armor, and cosmetic loot for players to grind for, but with a limited amount of inventory and vault space available, deciding what to keep and what to get rid of can become an overwhelming problem for players to deal with, especially when we're so close to our next expansion, which will feature a complete overhaul of the current armor system, and that's going to be on top of all the other loot that we're going to get. With that in mind, I thought it would be a good idea to cover some basic tips and a few recommendations on how to keep your vault and your inventory space cleaned up. So if your vault's overflowing with useless junk, don't worry, by the end of this video, you'll have a clean and optimized vault here in 2025. First things first, no duplicates. There is zero reason to keep multiple copies of anything in the vault. Just to be clear, we're not referring to having different rolls of the same weapon. This is more so in regards to having duplicate exotic weapons, or having multiple armor pieces with nearly identical stats, which is a more common problem to see with exotic armor. But this even extends to having duplicate ghosts, sparrows, and other cosmetics, which brings me to my next point. Collections exists for a reason. Anything that can be pulled from collections does not need to be in your vault. That means sparrows, ghost shells, and even certain weapons that have predetermined perk options, which is a more common thing to see on white and green weapons. But the point is, if it's sitting in your vault and it's easily retrievable, then get rid of it. And that goes the same for exotic weapons and exotic armor. Only keep exotics that you actually intend on using. If it's an exotic weapon that you are actively working on the catalyst for, then that's fine. But if you don't plan on using that exotic, then let it sit in collections and save yourself the space. We all love collecting new weapons, but not every drop is worth keeping. Before you decide, check websites like LightGG to identify the available perk options and the best god rolls for those weapons. And even then, limit yourself to just 1 or 2 versions for PvE and PvP. Anything extra is just wasted space, and it goes back to the golden rule. If you're not planning on using it, then get rid of it. Which brings me to the next point. If you hate using a certain weapon type, like snipers or trace rifles, then you're not going to need 30 of them sitting in your vault. Only keep the weapons that match your playstyle. If you never use it, you don't need it in the vault. If a weapon is craftable, there is absolutely no reason to store random rolls in your vault. You can always reshape it to perfection, so dismantle anything that doesn't add value. With the armor system changing, keeping old armor becomes much less necessary. Early generation armor mods have already been removed, so old armor sets are losing relevance. If you're holding on to armor just for the look, remember that you can apply ornaments. You just gotta have the transmog materials. And when it comes to armor, only keep the armor that's going to actively improve your existing and in-use builds. If you're not going to make use of it in the next couple of weeks, then you have no reason to keep it. If you're hoarding stacks of materials that can be exchanged, then it might be time to cash them in. That even goes for enhancement cores. There's just no reason to have 15 to 20 stacks of 999 enhancement cores. It just fills up unnecessary space. If you still have old seasonal materials or depreciated resources taking up your inventory and vault space, then delete them. Episode-related content will be going away when Frontiers launches, so if you don't plan on running any Echoes content as an example, then there's no reason to keep any of its resources or items. You may also find yourself overstocked on resources that you no longer need, like Strand meditation tokens or memory vestiges. Get rid of them too, because they'll serve no further purpose. Items that serve no function should be removed as well. This is mainly directed towards items like the Old Moments of Triumph redemption codes and the Archie plush toy redemption code, and even things like old Halloween items and ramen tickets. They have no actual purpose in the game, so if you need the space, get rid of them. It's okay to keep a few sentimental items, like a raid weapon if you're a player that doesn't get the chance to participate very often, but don't let nostalgia be the reason that your vault gets filled up. Keep it minimal. And if you can keep those things in mind, you should be able to have a much easier time keeping your vault cleaned up as we transition into Frontiers. If you have any additional tips to help your fellow Guardians out, then by all means let us know what those are down in the comments below. I wish you all the best of luck throughout your journeys here in Heresy and throughout Frontiers. Thank you as always for checking out the video. If you enjoyed and found it helpful, then be sure to hit that like button below, along with the subscribe button if you're new. Both are greatly appreciated, and both really do help support the channel. If you're a new Light Guardian or a battle-hardened veteran just looking for a new place to call home, then be sure to check out the Discord link that's down in the description and join one of the greatest communities in all of Destiny. And until next time, Guardians, this has been Profane, wishing you all some happy hunting.